All right, friends, this is your 5 minute warning. We are going to get started with the presentation in 5 minutes. If you have been invited here today by one of our passionate wellness advocates and representatives of this brand, doTERRA, welcome. If you are here with us and you have some friends that you've invited, now's the time to get them in the room. Let them know the link is live and that we are getting started shortly. So, 5 minutes, we'll come back and dive into our content for the day. Also, the handful of you over on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, I recommend coming over to Zoom so you can benefit from the whole chat experience. You're going to have the best experience if you're over here. Okay. See you guys in a couple minutes. Hello, 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 my friends. Welcome out today or tonight, depending on where the world you are. So happy to be here live with all of you today. And it's so fun to see in the chat as always. We have, oh, I saw Ludovina from Mozambique. We've got some friends from Canada in the house, the UK, Brazil, Italy, France, Canada, Switzerland, Wisconsin. So fun to see that we are a global group today. Cyprus, hey Matthias, how you doing? Good to have you here. Panama, wow, I think we could represent like pretty much the whole world. Washington, amazing. Well, my friends, if you are here for the first time to learn a little bit about what it looks like to build a doTERRA business, or maybe you're here and you're already, you already are aware of doTERRA, maybe you even use the products. I always love to ask, do we have any super fans in the room? Put in the chat if you're already a super fan of the doTERRA products. A lot of people, they learn about our brand first for the benefits of the product, and then over time, they learn about the business and they think, wow, I could get these products for free. So if you're someone who's already familiar with our brand, know that this call is for you as well. And we're going to have a great pathway for you to understand how the income side works and how you can really scale your first earnings with the company. And if everything's brand new to you, if you're here for the first time to learn about our products and our business, I'm not going to go super deep into our products, but I will give you a fantastic overview. And the person that invited you here today will give you more. So obviously, first of all, let's send out some gratitude as always. If you were invited here by someone else to be on this call, I want you to send them a personal message right now. Send them a text, send them a message in Messenger or wherever you communicate with them and say thank you. Thank you for inviting me onto this call. I have found that gratitude is the gateway to all of the greatest things of our life. And I always like to start off things in a positive way. So send out gratitude to the person that invited you here today. We have over 40 people live here on Zoom right now, and we have another handful of people on YouTube. Friends on YouTube, guess what? If you have the ability to join the Zoom, I put the link in the chat of the comments there. I recommend joining us over here on Zoom because then you'll get the full chat experience. There are going to be so many amazing testimonials, so many experiences that you're going to read that I won't have the time to read out loud over here in Zoom. So if you can come over here, I recommend it. I know sometimes we're limited depending on where you are in the world. You might have to watch on YouTube, and that's okay as well. So let me briefly introduce myself. Oops. Let me briefly introduce myself. We don't need to start the music again. But my name is Matt Hall, and I will be your presenter for the next hour. And it's not really important that you know who I am. The most important part is that you know the information that I'm about to share with you. I'm not the important piece today. I'm simply someone who has been sharing about this brand, both the products and the business, for over a third of my life, 13 years. And we've been able to impact now hundreds of thousands of customers who are using the products and have had amazing results with them, and thousands of people that have had extraordinary financial benefit by representing our brand. So that's a little bit about me. We really started because the products impacted my wife in a powerful way. So we saw here in the chat how many of you are already super fans of the doTERRA products. I love seeing that. We're going to ask you for some of your experiences here live today. But my wife, she was going through one of the darkest phases emotionally in her life and was looking for solutions. She needed some emotional support. And a friend introduced her to 3 bottles of essential oil. They happened to be these 3 that I put on the screen. And they helped her so much emotionally that when she came back to the US and saw the company and learned a little bit more about the opportunity, she said, you know what? I have to be a part of this. And I'll confess that at first I was the skeptical husband when she introduced me to essential oils. Do we have any people that started out a little skeptical, or maybe you're skeptical today? You can put in the chat, put skeptical. That's where I started when I learned about these products, because I didn't really understand how you could rub an oil on your foot and it could help you inside your body. I didn't understand the science yet of how the products really worked. But very quickly, I had my own amazing, personal experience, which I'll share a little bit later. And the rest is history. That's usually where it begins. So, as we saw here in the chat, most of you, yeah, for 2 years, you were pretty skeptical. I get it. I was there too. I was a little skeptical at first, but was willing to try. I was desperate for sleep and it worked. Yeah. So, if you're here today to get results in your life, both in your health and your finances, then you're in the right place. So let me introduce you a little bit to this company. doTERRA started in 2008, and we've now grown to be over a $2 billion company in annual revenue. Present in over 100 countries with, I think, about 60 something that are open officially, where we have, a presence on the ground and distribution. And it's been amazing to watch this wellness revolution sweep the world and to be a part of that. We're not, when we invite you to take a look at partnering with doTERRA and with the person that invited you here today, we're not inviting you to look at a little startup company that's, 95% chance is going to close the doors. That happens to most startups. We're talking about a global brand that is well recognized, has received numerous awards from, in numerous countries. And I'm excited to share with you a little bit about what the company looks like and what it would look like to partner with us. Now, if you're here today, it's because someone said, "Hey, I think you would be amazing at building a business with doTERRA." And so you're looking at this probably with the lens of would this be worth it for me to put effort in? And what would the reward be for me partnering with this brand? What could it look like? And what would the steps actually look like to build a business with doTERRA? Um, First, I want to ask you, well, what would you be looking for? Let's say you were looking to introduce an additional stream of income into your life. What would the perfect business look like? And I love to get some feedback from those of you that are watching live. Tell me in the chat, like what would the perfect business look like to you? What would some characteristics be? What would it need to look like for it to be perfect for you? So Erin, she would want to work from home. Okay. Give me some more answers in the chat. Tell me how would you describe or define kind of the ideal business for you? Any ideas? Help me out. Okay. Time freedom, residual income. So maybe an income where you work and the work that you've done in the past, it can accumulate and scale over time. Working with like-minded people, Jake, I find that the people that we work with is probably what either makes it a nightmare or super rewarding, right? Depending on where we're at. A business that has a deep or a good impact in the world, absolutely. That matters to me deeply. Financial and time freedom for some travel. I love to travel. Freedom from restriction, time, location, etc. Time with my family. Live where I feel like. Absolutely, I agree. Awesome. So you guys are similar to me. You value a lot of the same things: independence financially and quality time. Okay. Awesome. Building community. Yeah. And doesn't the world need community more than ever? Like we are in a time when people are so disconnected and so lonely. We need to come together as a human, race. Okay. A business with a strong purpose. I love it. I feel the same way. So to me, the reason why the opportunity I'm about to present to you is such a meaningful and powerful business, and the reason why it's ideal for me, and it might be ideal for you. It might be, it might not be. I think in the next hour, you're going to be able to determine that for yourself. But the reason it is for me is that it's really a perfect blend of these three things: income, lifestyle, and impact. We call it the ILI formula. Okay. And what I mean by this is if you look at your life right now, which of these three areas do you feel like needs some improvement? I know, for example, professionals that are executives in, big companies that have an amazing income, but their lifestyle suffers. It's high pressure, it's very intense. It's cutthroat, one person trying to step on the other to climb up the corporate ladder, and they don't have a great lifestyle. And maybe the impact isn't that fantastic, right? I know other people. I have a good friend who I talk about on every call, who he lives down in Mexico. He has a little hut on a beach that he rents surfboards. And that's a cool lifestyle. I think he probably really enjoys where he lives, but his income is very limited. He doesn't have very much freedom, and his impact Okay, he helps people have fun, but it's not deep, it's not profound, it doesn't move him, right? And there are other people that maybe work for charities or they do some kind of work in the world that has a big impact, but usually they're lacking a little bit in income. So the balance of these three things is what I feel like makes a perfect business. And I want to pitch to you today, if you'll permit me to, will you let me pitch you on this idea? Is that doTERRA is the perfect blend. And no matter what your life looks like right now, we're going to be able to help you to balance out these three aspects. Okay. So I want to start by presenting to you some of the impact that we get to have when if you decide to partner with the business in doTERRA. And you can't talk about a business without first talking about the products. And this is not a product presentation, so I'm not going to go super deep, but I want to give you an overview and show you the pillars and the profound impact that we can have as we represent these products. At the end of the day, when you look at people that are doing really, really well financially, I have observed in my, short 36 years on this earth that either they have figured out a way to solve really big problems for a small group of people. So that would be people like surgeons or, doctors or people that, lawyers, people that you pay a large amount of money to because they're solving big problems that you couldn't solve without them, right? And so they can make really good income. Or another way to make a good income is to sell something that solves a small problem to a lot of people. And I yet like to use the example of a charger. So I've got this Anchor charger that I love because it magnifies to my phone, and my phone dies halfway through the day, and I think it's manufactured to do that. And that way you always buy the new version, right? So anyway, but this is a problem that I have, and so I'm willing to pay a small amount of money, and it solves a small problem. And if they sell those to a lot of people, that company will make good money, right? However, the biggest opportunities in the world are opportunities when you can impact a lot of people, a large group of people and you can solve big problems for them. If you can do that, my friends, you'll find a 1 billion-dollar company. And that's why we have become a 1 billion-dollar company in doTERRA and will become a 3 billion, 4 billion, 5 billion, $10 billion company over time, is because we are solving big problems for a large group of people. So this is the vehicle that can help you to do this. Think about the wellness industry. I think in 2026, we're probably up around $2 trillion globally in spend in the wellness market. And I want to show you how we serve and impact people with some of the biggest trends and aspects of health. So first of all, I like to talk about digestive health because this is the reason why I came and started using the products. It was because my fiance, Shantae, who's now my wife, she knew that I had a digestive problem that was causing me a lot of grief in my life. And so she gave me a little sample of a bottle, and it impacted my gut health in really extraordinary ways. 50% of the population anticipates making gut health a higher priority in the next years. And we are in the next years because this was in 2023. So we are literally ahead of the trends. And the reason is people are realizing that gut health is so important for your hormones. It's important for nutrient uptake in the body. It's important for the way that you feel, weight management, and so much is affected by our digestive system. We have many different digestive products, but this is one of the pillars that we impact people in. So we have Digestin, for example, which is the product that converted me because I was struggling with a digestive issue for 7 years of my life. And then this cute little girl, my fiance, she brings me this little vial of Digestin and says, "Hey, put a drop on your stomach, put a drop under your tongue." And within a couple weeks, I was totally in relief from an issue that I had had for many years. So I'm curious, any of you that are super fans of the products already, let's show our visitors some of your experience. I want you to put in the chat if you've had an experience with Digestin or with any of our digestive products, be it our probiotics, be it our Terrazyme. I'd love for you to put in the chat the way that it's helped you personally or one of your customers, and put the coolest experience that you've seen. This product category, even within our company, has now reached over 5% of our global sale or of our US sales And globally, I think it's probably around the same or trending up in that direction. But it used to be only 1%. So you can see that the world is buying more and more and more digestive products. And at this rate, 10% is not unrealistic to think that 10% of our multi-billion dollar company sales are going to come from this category of digestive health. So that's a product that can help a lot of people with a big issue that they're dealing with in their digestive health. All right. The second highest priority that people report for their health and what they consider to be the biggest unmet need is sleep. Has anyone here ever had a hard time sleeping? And I want you to think when you put your opportunity hat on, right, and you're thinking about a business, how many people around you that walk past you in a day are struggling in their sleep? How many people in your family or in your close friends are they're not sleeping well and it's impacting their health, it's impacting maybe their marriage, right? I've seen divorces over people just not being kind to each other, and part of that is they're not sleeping, right? You see so many issues that rise up when your body is not getting the rest that it needs. And so being that this is what people report as their biggest unmet need, there's a lot of money on the table. There's a lot of impact on the table for you to be able to serve people. We have this amazing line of Serenity. We have other fantastic essential oils like my wife is a vetiver addict. That's her favorite for sleep. Cedar wood and many others that help people to sleep quickly and deeply. But the Serenity line is the most popular. So anyone here that has had good results with Serenity for sleep, I'd love for you to put it in the chat and show our visitors what your experience has been. Okay. Really, really profound impact that we're having in the world. Next, 70% of people in the UK and the USA are actively looking to purchase more longevity products. So this is a trend right now that we have been, ahead of for the last couple of years. We have some of the best products for longevity in the world. We have our MetaPower soft gels, which help to inhibit fat cell maturation. How many of you would like to avoid gaining more weight? Our MetaPower Assist product is fantastic for regulating blood sugar spikes and kind of softening them. Every time your blood sugar spikes, you are aging. So this is really, really important for longevity. Our collagen product, which has 70% tripeptides so that your body can actually absorb them, and 9 different types of collagen and NMN and other ingredients that are fantastic for longevity. These products are selling like crazy right now within our company because it's a problem that people are looking to solve, right? And it's an ancient problem. How long have people been searching for the fountain of youth, right? And wanting to live better longer? Well, we have I wouldn't say it's the fountain of youth completely. It's not going to put a stopper in death, but it does help you to age more gracefully and have more energy and vitality. And if you've had an experience with these products, I'd love for you to put it in the chat for people to see. Then we have our VMG and Omega. Okay. This is foundational wellness. These are our foundational nutritional products that we know are super, super important. The world's food today has about 1/5 of the nutrient benefit that it used to have, just 50 years ago. So everyone that you know is deficient in just their core nutrition. My wife and I were taking a blood test every single month right now just to analyze trends and see how our health is doing. And it's amazing to see how this product is filling the gap and lowering inflammation, especially the omega. And it's really, really powerful to see. So this is another core product. And then the one that we're the most famous for, 70% of our sales globally still come from our essential oils, which are this amazing category of product because the majority of people that they're not using them yet. And so you get to introduce them to a new habit, a new form of taking care of their health and a new alternative. We literally have essential oils for every health issue that you could think of. We could point you to an essential oil that is going to support that body system. So if you struggle in your respiratory health, for example, we have Breathe. If you're looking to support your immune system, we have On Guard. If you're looking for Digestive support, we have the DigestSen. You name an issue in the chat, and our friends who already know our products are going to jump all over and give you lots of suggestions on oils that could help. So I'm curious, especially for this category, every single one of you that are live that use our products already, I'd love for you to put in the chat the craziest, the wildest, and coolest experience that you've had personally or that you've seen in one of your customers that's used essential oils. Okay, let's show people how powerful this product category really is. And there's a reason why we have this incredible retention in doTERRA, which I'll talk about in a minute. And it's because people come back to buy those products over and over and over again from the benefits that they're seeing. It's important to note that there are many essential oil companies that have tried to copy us. We're still the largest in the world and the most reputable. We have the most science behind our oils and the purest oils in the world. It's called certified pure tested grade. And this is important because when they studied the top 50 companies well, I don't know if if this is in the US or the world, but when the top 50 companies were studied, they showed that, 80% of the oils sold are adulterated in some way, and they're not consistently pure. This is really important because studies show, like this Roseman University, that our products have this oil effect. Well, where yes, they help with cell growth and rejuvenation. They help with metabolic health. They're good for fighting inflammation and supporting immunity. But if you used another brand, when they tested other brands of essential oils, they had either minimal or opposite cellular signaling effects. Now, this is important because essential oils are messenger molecules. That's what they do. They help with the signaling within our cells and between our cells so that our body systems work the way that they were designed to work. And the nutrients that we provide are the building blocks to create change in the body. So think about our nutritionals as building blocks. Think about the oils as these cell signalers, right? And if something, imagine, the majority of people that are buying from these other brands, if they're just going to Walmart or Amazon, 100% of those companies will say that their products are 100% pure, while we know 80% of them are actually adulterated. And that means that they're buying a product maybe to fight inflammation, but it's causing inflammation instead of fighting it. This is a huge, huge deal because true purity is extremely rare, and we dominate the marketplace in this space. There's a reason why more hospitals like the St. Elizabeth Cancer Center and more clinics and more doctors use our brand and trust our brand than any other in the world. Also, just more moms and doctor moms out there are using our brand than any other one in the world. So when we talk about impact and working with our company, the first, a lot of you said you want to be a part of something that's lifting humanity, that's making a positive impact in the world. Well, can you impact people deeper than in their cells and in their health? If people don't have their health, they don't have anything, right? When you see the kinds of testimonials that you see in the chat right now, they're almost hard to believe, right? Where you're like, if you're new, you're going to be skeptical because the testimonials are so wild. But I'll tell you, I was in the same boat and I've seen amazing things over the last 13 years. And so the impact that you can have, imagine you being the person that creates the impact that you're seeing in the chat right now of these testimonials in the lives of other people. Just the emotional revenue alone that you'll have by working with us is actually truly meaningful and quite extraordinary. Now, many of you're here to learn about the business, so we have to talk about some business principles. And the main reason from a business perspective why you want your products to be super, super effective is it builds a solid business. Customers are going to come back to buy over and over and over again. See, most brands, especially in this direct selling space, they have a retention or a return order rate of only 15 to maybe 20%. That means that if you were to refer 100 customers, only 15 of those are going to come back to buy for a second time. And who knows about a third time, right? In our company, we have a 75% retention rate. That means that 75% of people come back to buy for at least a second time, and many of them come back to buy over and over and over again. This is because the products work. It's because, they're put into a supportive community where they learn how to use the products and create great results for themselves. And what this means for you as someone representing our brand is we're different than a typical affiliate program where if you refer someone to buy a product, you're going to earn one time. Like if I'm an Amazon affiliate, for example, I've been an Amazon affiliate in the past and recommended that someone buy something, and you earn like 3% the first time that someone buys a product and never again, right? But hey, that's still cool. Different than that, though, here, our brand doTERRA will pay you every single time your customer comes back to order for the rest of their life. All the way until they stop being a customer, you will earn. Okay. So that retention is really important for building a stable business. Now, the second thing that I want to touch on, and this will be the quickest one, is lifestyle. So the lifestyle benefits of building a business with doTERRA are really quite unique and pretty fun. So I want to share with you some of the ones that I've seen. And it's funny, like you'll notice that these are the same things that resonated with many people in the chat. And when I had you describe your ideal business, a lot of the comments were actually about lifestyle. There were several about impact, but most of them I would say were more aligned around lifestyle benefits. So, it's not only about in this life that we live, how do I make the most money? I'm going to show you how to make a lot of money and show you a really clear path. But it's also how can you do that while having a great lifestyle, spending time with your family, for example. I love that our business is super family friendly. Um, we have been able to, for the last 13 years, work out of our home, and our kids see us work, and each of them have asked us, how long do I have to wait before I can work with you in representing and selling the doTERRA products and oils? And it's been pretty fun. My daughter, actually, I always tell this story. She hit the streets this summer, wanted to make some money to have a laptop to write a book that she's writing. And she was only 8 years old at the time. Now she's 9. And in 2 days, she went out and hit the streets with her little wagon selling products, and she made a couple $100 in the course of 2 afternoons. Okay. She came back red and sunburnt, but it just shows that these products are not difficult to sell if an 8-year-old can do it. And she knows all the benefits. And anyway, it's really fun to be around your family and get to include them. Second is the location independence. In our family, we've had the privilege of spending, a month in India, 3 months in Brazil, 2 times, 3 months in Mexico. We've been all over the world together. And we've been able to move. We lived by the beach in South Carolina for a couple years just because we wanted to be close to the beach. Okay, that's pretty fun. Now we live in Utah out of choice because we wanted to be close to our family and close to the school that we love for our kids. And so location independence, being able to go where you want with your income and bring your income with you is obviously a huge benefit. Work amount, sometimes we lean towards saying, you can work as little as you want. And that's true. You could just treat this as a hobby as you want, but if you want, but I also want to say that you can work as much as you want. So if you want to work overtime and you're really ambitious, no one is going to cap how much you can work or how much you can earn if you come into this community. One of my favorite benefits is just the community and the friends. There's something unique about being surrounded by people that all are in pursuit of the same goal. Like, I am really passionate about as our world gets more technologically, advanced, and I certainly am using AI, and I have an iPhone, and I'm doing all the, I'm a modern person, but I also believe in keeping one foot firmly planted in nature, in Mother Earth, and staying true to the roots of what we know matters and health. And so much of that it's becoming more rare. And so when you can become, immersed in a community of people that think similar to you, that have similar values, that want to change the world, help people in their health, and they're ambitious and looking to personally develop as people, you're going to see a lot of benefits. Also, any other business that you have will grow more as you step into this community because you're going to have a large group of people that want to support you. So if you've had experience with these things, yeah, put them in the chat, please. But I've seen, for example, real estate agents that come into our team and immediately start selling twice as many homes because they're in a community of people that are all, supporting each other. Okay, free travel is a fun one. Our company gives away literally dozens of trips per year around the world for free. And so I always like to see those of you who have already won a trip with doTERRA somewhere in the world, I'd love to know where you've been. Some of you went to the Dominican Republic just recently, like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. But I'm curious, where have you been for free, paid for by doTERRA? Put it in the chat if you've won a trip with doTERRA in the past. Let's see some examples. Playa del Carmen, Aaron, very cool. Julie's been to Hawaii, paid for by doTERRA. Ia's been to Bulgaria. Yami went to Cancun. Matthias, oh, Matthias, I love traveling with Matthias, guys. Bali, Jordan, Norway, Italy, Bulgaria, amazing. In the US, the Dominican Republic, Hawaii, Oregon, I love it. Sicily, Albania, Bulgaria twice, Ireland. Isn't that cool? So uh, uh, there's there's not it's not everywhere where you can work where you can get this many free trips, right? And you can do that as you step into the community. And then time freedom is another one that we've already talked about a little bit. So let's move on from lifestyle. I think you'd agree that the lifestyle that you can build with our business is pretty cool. Like those are some pretty cool features. All right. Now, the reason why most of you came here is to learn a little bit more about the income. How does the income opportunity work and how can it serve you? First, I want to share that a couple principles. One of the powers of this business model is the fact that you can build a scalable income. This is actually a screenshot, and you can't even see the first couple months. But from the first month that we joined doTERRA, our monthly income all the way until we hit our last rank advancement. And we only take this screenshot every time we reach a new peak and a new achievement, because guess what? As with any entrepreneurial venture, there are going to be ups and downs. So, like you can see here, a year of decline, or you can see down here, 6 months of decline. But if you commit to this business long term, we're not here to help people get rich quick or overnight. If you commit to this business long term, this is the trajectory of what your income can look like. And if you look down here, like these months in our second year, we were earning maybe $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 in a month. And so you can imagine how it's grown today. It has totally set us free financially, and you create this opportunity of scale, which is not common in the normal business environment. Like if you wanted to 10x your income, and you went to your boss and said, "Hey, boss, I would like for you to pay me 10 times more." What's he going to say? Put in the chat. What's he going to say? He's probably going to laugh, right? And say, I don't think so. We're not going to pay you 10 times more. We can't do that. Here in doTERRA, any person could come to me and say, "Matt, I want to earn 10 times more," and we could show you a path for production of how you could get there. So really, you're able to build a long-term business that is extremely stable. Short term, yes, it can already change your life short term, but long term, wow, that's when the biggest change is going to come. Now, we get paid for three different things. If you break down our business, we get paid for three things. Okay. The first is acquiring new customers. Um, each time, like let's say that you are sitting at the soccer game watching your kid play soccer, and you happen to spray some peppermint on because it's hot outside, and that brings down the body temperature 1 or 2 degrees. It's pretty nice, right? And a mom sitting next to you says, "What's that smell? What are you spraying?" Right? And the oils, they tend to do this. They create conversations when you use them in public. It just creates curiosity. It's such a cool thing. And you're like, "Hey, this is peppermint. Let me try it. Let me show you." And you spray some water with some peppermint on her neck for her to feel how it refreshes and how it cools you down, right? And she was like, "Wow, what an amazing thing. I'd love to learn more about this. Where can I learn more?" And you say, "I'm having a workshop at my home Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Would you like to come?" So that's just an example of how this kind of can happen naturally. And this woman, or maybe right there on the soccer field, she says, "How can I buy it?" You'll send her your link. And when she buys through your link, you have acquired a customer for the company. Now, that's an example of just like an everyday situation, but you can also market online. You can choose to promote any way that you would like and acquire new customers. And every time you do that, you're going to earn a commission. And I'll show you exactly what you earn. Retention is the second thing that we get paid for. I mentioned that doTERRA is going to honor the fact that you referred a customer for the rest of their lives and pay you every time they come back to buy again. So if you take good care of your customer, and we already naturally have really good retention, you can build an income that's going to scale over time. And the third thing that we get paid for is duplication. As you build a team and you help other people to have success inside the business, just like a vice president of a sales organization and you have the supervisors and the managers. Here, different than in the corporate world where there's only one VP, anyone can build a sales team and anyone can earn a small percentage on the total sales that the team is producing. So I'll show you how that works really quick. For example, you become an elite leader in the company when you are together with your team, have about 3,000 in volume. So that would be maybe 30 customers that are ordering $100 in product. Okay. And the average earnings of our elites is about 400 to 500 US dollars per month. Then if you continue to grow, you support that team and you hit 5,000, okay, you're going to be earning about $1,000 a month. And the first time you hit it, you might be on the lower end of this average, and over time, you're going to go up into this higher end of the average, right? Then you can see silver is you helping three people reach this level of elite. Gold is three premiers. Diamond is one of the big freedom ranks that we always really, really celebrate diamonds because that's about $10,000 a month in income. And I'm curious, who do we have here today? So I'll just tell you from our team, we've helped over 200 people already reach this level of diamond. Just this last month, we had two more, and we had a new blue diamond on our team. Okay, pretty fun, pretty fun. But we have people in this room here today that are elites. We've seen on our team over 5,000 premieres now. So 5,000 people earning $1,000. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. I want to know from you guys in the chat, like, do we have any elites? Do we have any premieres in the chat? Tell us, is this possible? Are there any silvers, diamonds? Put in the chat what you're at right now if you're currently building this business. Okay, Sandy is a super diamond. I'm going to call her a super diamond because I know her well. Gabrielle is a silver. Jolene's an elite. He is a gold. Mike's gold. Aaron's a silver. Diamond, gold, elite, diamond, silver. So you can see this is not just one or two people that are achieving great results. Yeah, super silver. Anthony, soon to be super gold, right? So this is something that that a lot of people have been able to crack the code for, and we have the pathway to help you do it as well. Now, let's move on. Let me show you a breakdown of exactly how the income works. If you go out there, let's say you do share the products with that woman at on the soccer field, and she says, "Wow, I want to use those essential oils." And also she sees you drinking the green drink, so you have a conversation about VMG. And she says, "I want to buy those too." So she buys this kit from you. You're going to look at this PV amount, and the company's going to pay you 20% for having referred that customer. All right. So you'll earn 44 US dollars. And this is going to be different depending on your country. I'm just going to use US dollars for the sake of simplicity here today. But you want to convert this to wherever it is that you are in the world. So $44 for you referring this person to buy that kit. Then let's say she loves it and she refers her friend while she's at gymnastics. She talks to the girl next to her. And then she would earn $44 from that new second level customer of yours. And you would earn 10%, $22, right? And you even earn 5% on a third level of referral. So this starts to stack up. Okay. My wife and I have personally brought in well over 1,000 people into doTERRA, almost 2,000, I think, as customers over time. Now you can imagine that every time one of those customers goes and enrolls someone or shares the products with someone, guess what? We get 10%. So this will scale over the long term, the longer you stay in the business and the more people you refer to be customers. All right. Now, next I want to show you is our retention-based bonus. And I want to remind you, you're not going to memorize probably every single thing I'm going to share with you here today. We have a video that will walk you through the details. And the most important thing is the very clear plan that I'm going to show you in a minute. So when you work retention, you help your customers to have a good experience and come back to buy again. Once you have 500 in loyal customer volume, so this might be one customer, one super customer that's ordering 500, or it might be 10 customers that are each ordering 50, but a total of 500, okay, you're going to get a $50 bonus. So that's 10% of that volume, and extra another 10%, right? That's really awesome. That's going to cover, you order $100 a month in product to qualify for commissions. So that means half of your investment every month is covered. And if you're in your first year, this amount is actually doubled. So you'll earn $100 if you're in your first year with us. That means your investment is covered just by having a handful of customers. Pretty awesome. Then on the second level, as you help other people to build their own pod, their own group of loyal customers, guess what? You can earn $250 on the second level. We even have a boost that can give you more, and you can earn up to $1,250 on the third level. So as you teach others and you build this culture of keeping customers happy and keeping them engaged, you can earn a really, really great bonus from this power of three. Our other retention-based bonus is this unilevel bonus, which pays you 3% up to 7% down 7 levels. Okay. This is where most of the income will come from long term, because you might end up having hundreds or thousands of people that are ordering every month over the long term, and you're going to earn an average of 5% on every single one of those orders forever, forever. And then the last bonus that we have is our leadership bonus. And this is rewards duplication. So as you build a team and you support other people in growing, you're going to progress through these ranks, right? Premier, you're going to get about a $200 bonus each month that you hit this rank of Premier. When you hit silver, it's about $350. Gold, about 1,100. Platinum 2,100, diamond 3,500, blue diamond 10,000, and over 20,000 as a presidential diamond on a monthly basis as you maintain those leadership ranks. Now, these higher ones, diamond and above, typically take multiple years for people to achieve. We've had people do it very quickly in a matter of months, but those are the exceptions. And so it takes time to build up to this level, but then you have a really, really rewarding monthly income from these leadership pools as well. Okay. So we already saw the ranks, but I didn't do this. Let me go back. Do we have anyone in the chat that's earning their first level power of three? Put level 1 if you're earning your first level. Put level 2 if you're earning your second level. Put level 3 if you're earning your third level. Let's show people that, this is actually possible. So Erin's earned her third level. Pam has earned her third level. Okay, we've got first level, third level, third level, third level, second and third level. Awesome. Third. So this is, again, these levels are not something that's unattainable. Now, the most important thing and what I really wanted to show you today to wrap up this conversation is, what would I do if I were you just getting started? What would my first goals be to maximize our compensation plan and maximize the benefits that are on the table? This is what I would do. Goal 1 would be there's 3 parts. Part 1 is to have 5 new customers each month. Okay. That's kind of my monthly minimum that I set for myself. Okay. 5 new people that like per month. We had over 150 people on our team last month sign up, more than 5 people. Okay. And so it's totally achievable. You can do this. It's a stretch goal. You won't do it every month, but it's a good pattern to maintain. Okay. The second part of goal 1 is to maintain 500 in loyal customer volume from people that have joined you in the past. So that might be 5 previous customers that are reordering $100. And then you're looking for 3 people that would like to either get their products for free or maybe build the business like you. And if you can do this, my friends, you are already in profit in your business, where you'll earn $100 from the fast start, $100 from the power of 3 for $200 total. Okay, that's pretty fun. We call this a director, someone that's doing 1,000 in volume. In this case, half of that is from previous customers and half is from new. Goal number 2 would be to maintain that same rhythm of 5 new customers. Oops. Now 800 in loyal customer volume and help 3 people achieve the first goal. So could you get 3 people excited about making $200? I think you could. And as you help them to do that and follow the roadmap for goal 1, you'll hit goal 2 and you'd be earning $875. Now, it's important for me to note that, yes, some elites, you saw the average earnings. The average elite is earning $400, $500 because they might not be maximizing this power of 3 bonus. So this game plan that I set out for you is like, This is you maximizing the compensation plan, following the structure and activities that I would recommend. Goal number three is for you to maintain the same rhythm. You want to bring in five customers every month is your goal forever. Then, and again, some months you'll do it, some months you won't, but that's the goal. Then you maintain 800 in loyal customer volume minimum, and you help three people achieve that second level. So three people that are each earning $800 themselves. That would be so fun, right? Then you become a silver and you'd be earning $2,700 as a silver. Again, the average brand new silver actually earns about 1,200. Why? Because they're not maximizing their structure for the power of three bonus. So we teach you this framework to really focus on just the simple three steps that will take you to maximizing your compensation as you grow a team and as you grow a business. Okay. So that would be my roadmap of where I'd get started. And then obviously, if you help three or if you help four people reach goal three, then you're a diamond earning $10,000 a month. Okay. Which the company has helped thousands of people to achieve already. So again, the sky is the limit for where you would like to go. Really set your goal and say, I would like to be this level. And if you go back to the person that invited you here today and say, I'd like to be a silver, what would it take? Can you help me map out a roadmap or a plan? Or I'd like to be a diamond, or I'd like to go all the way to presidential diamond. We can provide for you kind of a roadmap of how to get there. Okay. Now, I like to end these calls going back to impact because income is not the most important piece for me personally. And the second piece of income that is often overlooked, and so I make sure that it's not overlooked by people coming into the business, is the impact that you're going to have in the world as you work with our brand. And I love the fact that the raw material for our essential oils, in many, many cases, is coming from developing countries around the world, where we pay 5 to 10 times more to our agricultural partners than they were earning before, preserving agricultural traditions and lifting entire communities out of poverty. I've had the privilege of going to Guatemala, where I saw 5,000 families that are growing cardamom up in the hills of Guatemala that are earning way, way more income than they were before they worked with doTERRA. Instead of, buying up commercial farms and just hiring cheap labor, we actually partner with people and help them to own the land that they're working on so that they can provide a legacy income and business for their families. So we have provided over 120,000 jobs of people that are harvesting the raw materials for our products. That's amazing. It's not an exaggeration when we say that when you purchase an essential oil or when you sell an essential oil, many times it is a humanitarian act. Okay. And we do this in sustainable ways. We have the largest reforestation project, for example, here in the US and Hawaii, with hundreds of thousands of trees planted, and so many projects around the world where we do this in a way to really take care of the earth. Like I said, I've been able to see this in Guatemala. I've been in the Amazon in Brazil and seen the families impacted by copaiba, which is it's one of my top three essential oils. Um, and one of my favorite experiences was in Kenya when I met Samuel and his family, and they have a small geranium farm. And to see his oldest daughter, who's not in the picture, is actually going to university and the first person in the history of his family to go to university. His youngest daughter is also in school, and it's thanks to this little plot of geranium. Okay. This should make you want to buy geranium just to help Samuel. And so I love that we get to mix. We impact our customers in a profound way, and we also impact people on the sourcing side in a very profound way. And we need your voice to carry this impact forward. So we invite you. I don't know, again, what is going to call to you the most from what I shared today. Maybe it's the impact, maybe it's the lifestyle, maybe it's the income. And you don't need to be ashamed. If it's the income, then hey, run after the income. The lifestyle and impact are going to happen as a consequence automatically. If it's the impact that you crave, you're doing great financially, but you want to be a part of a community and a project that's meaningful in the world, then come in for the impact. If it's the lifestyle that you're chasing after, come in. We'll see you on the best beaches and the coolest destinations in the world as you build your business and so many other lifestyle benefits. So your next step, if you haven't yet tried our products, that's step one. The person that invited you here to this call is going to send you a text or give you a call right after this, and they're going to ask you what you liked the most. Okay. And they're going to help you create a game plan for next steps. I would ask them all of the questions that you have. Any question that you have, they are either going to have the answer or know how to find the answer to get your hardest questions answered. And we want you to poke and prod. And the more that you do that, you're going to be more and more impressed by what you'll find behind the scenes with doTERRA. So that's your next step. If you already are a raving customer, then guess what? Your next step is to start talking about the products. You can, number one, start using them in public, just like the examples that I gave. And other people are gonna, it's gonna naturally spark conversations. Just use the products in front of people. It doesn't, you don't even have to open your mouth initially. Start using them in front of people, and you'll see other people asking you. Second, I would start hosting workshops in your home, teaching people about the benefits of these products. We call those classes. And I would start sharing online and social media some of the results that you're having to pique curiosity in others as well. And you'll see that it doesn't have to be super complex for you to start to build a customer base, a team, and start to see the benefits of the income, the lifestyle, and the impact for yourself. So with that, any questions tonight are not for me. Your questions are for the person that invited you to this video. So we're going to end the call now and give you the chance to hop on the phone with the person that invited you here tonight, and they're going to walk you through any questions. I will say we have this call happening again tonight at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So if there's anyone that you feel like would resonate with this message, invite them to our 7 p.m. call. And then we'll be doing this call again in 2 weeks as well, at this same time, the same link. And we would love for you to be here that following Thursday as well. All right. So thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for showing interest. I really believe, once again, that this information has the ability to change your life the way that it's changed my life. And yeah, so get on the phone with the person that invited you here tonight. They'll get all your questions answered and help you take the next steps. Okay. Have a great evening or a great afternoon. Take care, friends. Bye for now.